Happy 2024, everybody! Thank you, all you train lovers out there. Welcome to our very first YouTube channel of the year 2024. Sean Gannon's vlog number 13 coming at ya. Now. Okay, enough applause. Okay, thank you. Now, as I was gonna say, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a red jacket like I usually do. Well, I don't always wear those. I don't always wear this at every one of my vlogs, but today it's a special occasion because, well, let me put it this way. And I'm gonna show you some more drawings of the Griffiths engines, specifically the Franke family. That's right, from the same train artist that brought you the Mecum engines of Ellie and Jared, the Duru engines of Julie and Landon, not to mention the Bonnie Blue engines of the Hallane family. I give you ladies and gentlemen, the Ruby Red engines. First up is the star of their family, Ruby Griffiths Franke. Built in 1982 for the old Griffiths Railway. She was also the #1 engine of their old line, and I based her off of a Lancashire and Yorkshire Hughes Class 8 460. I numbered her after the day she was born, and I wrote her last name on the sides of her tender, and I painted her in a crimson lake with bright red livery, in a two-tone red, I should think. Now the reason I'm showing you these drawings is because it is a tribute to Ruby's YouTube channel, which is 8 Passengers, which consisted of her and her husband Kevin and their 6 children, and which I'm going to show you, which I'll be showing you as we go along in this video. Hence the name of their channel. Now, sadly, it was recently deleted, since on August 30th of last year, Ruby was arrested and charged with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse. Now, I get it. We all get it. Much like you guys, I really want their YouTube channel to come back. But in order to do so, Ruby, if you're watching this, I get why you deleted your channel. But excuse me, if you really want your show going for obvious reasons, and I would suggest name your channel after your name, after your current name. And speaking of current names, here we have Kevin Franke, built in 1978 for the old Franke Railway. Hey, as you can see, I did his number and last name in white lettering, and I based him off of a Raven Class B16 460 with crimson lake livery and black lining. Now, about their love story. Now, one good thing about their love and relationship is that they both first met sometime when they were 18 years old, and sometime later that year, which was the year 2000, and they got married 3 days after Christmas that year. And it's always so memorable. I remember watching that video on their channel for the first time. It was very old, for the most part. The fact that it was around for so long until it was deleted, it did much later, sometime before last year, I should think. Man, how time flies. And may the relationship of Kevin and Ruby live on somehow. Okay, now on to the 6 children of Ruby and Kevin. Number 1 is Sherry. Built in 2003 for their new Franke Railway. She is an East African Class 11 262 Prairie Tank locomotive. And I painted her in the same Crimson Lake livery as her parents, but this time with white lining and even a golden brass dome, just for good measure. And won't you believe it, folks, Sherry now has her own YouTube channel, just like her mother did. And it's always not, and I get, and which explains why Sherry would, which explains the child abuse, in my opinion, or maybe it could be a hint of it, in my opinion. Probably because Sherry wanted to grow up and learn how to take care of herself and make her own YouTube channel, but except Ruby wanted otherwise. Anyways, just so she wanted to keep the title of her channel, 8 Passengers, intact. Now Ruby again, I would suggest to avoid, next time you try to have and you suffer child abuse, try to name the, if one of your kids tries to leave you, or in case your kids try to leave you for college or whatever, try to name your channel rename your channel after yourself, which is known as Ruby Franke, the channel. As you could tell from the YouTube channels Julie Duru and Bonnie Hollane, and I should think. So, and judging by the brass dome, James, James the Red Engine, if you're watching, you got to remember, you're not the only splendid red engine in the world. If when it comes to Sherry Franke, that is. Moving on, here is the number 2 of the Franke Railway, Chad Griffiths Franke. Chad Franke, built in 2005. He is a Great Northern Gresley Class N2062. A very nice, decent locomotive, who is also the same class as Ryan from Thomas and Friends. Pretty cool. A very nice guy. He is 18 years old now. And is now just left for college or some other career there, I should think. Which is another hint. Which is case number 2 in the channel renaming file. Now, for the channel Ruby, for the YouTube channel Ruby Franke. Hank, just a reminder. Just a reminder. Number 3 is Abby. built in built in 2007 for the Griffiths Railway. He is also based on a Gresley N2 tank engine, and like Chad, except that that she is an 060. I used the same white lining as her two older siblings, except that I painted her in permanent red. Of course, as we saw earlier, Sherry and her parents are in Crimson Lake livery, and Chad is Crimson Red. So I don't know what class this is. I should think it's an N2X060 from Gresley. But let me know in the comments below. But back in the Great North, back in the days of Great Britain, the Great Northern Railway only used the letter J for the class of 060 tank engines and etc. Let me know in the comments below what you think this class Abby Franke is. Number 4 is Juby. Number 4 is Julie. Built in 2009 for the Franke Railway, he is an LMS Fowler Ginty 3F060 in the same permanent red livery as Abby, and the same white lining as Abby too, as the others too. Oh, yeah. No, not to be confused with her aunt Julie Duru, as we saw earlier in our vlog number 6, with her family. As you can see by the last name. Number 5 is Russell, built in 2011 for the Franke Railway. He is an LBSCR E2 060, much like Thomas, except in cherry red livery, and of course the white lining. Yeah, Russell's a nice character. He's quite a hard worker. Always trying to have some fun. Always willing to do whatever jobs are needed. Always willing to do whatever chores are needed. He did. He is now 12 years old, and he'll be gone to college in 6. He'll be gone off to start a new life in 6 more years, and Abby, as we saw earlier, only has 3 years before moving on. But again, Ruby, you always have the opportunity to rename your channel after yourself if it comes back, if you decide to come back, or rather undelete your channel, and bring it back, because we are longing to see more once your child abuse trial is up. And lastly, here is Eve Franke, the number 6, built in 2013 for the Franke Railway. I based him off of Percy from Thomas and Friends, an 040 Sal tank, except with the same cherry red livery as Russell. Very wonderful. Now 10 years old she is, and a very nice kid. Very nice kid. And on the cab roof that you're looking at, as I did the same thing to numbers 2 through 6, with the exception of, and to all the kids, with the exception of Sherry. It's just so you could tell some of those apart from some of their cousins, as we saw earlier. And that, everyone, is my entire Frank Railway. Hey, as a tribute to the channel 8 Passengers. Now, Ruby, Ruby Frank, if you're watching this, I want to apologize for all the trouble and child abuse you've suffered with your kids. And I can and trust me, I know what it's like to lose relatives, for good or bad reasons. I lost my parents, you see. They both passed away. My dad from a heart attack in 2016, and my mom from cancer just last year. But I still have my brother. I was crying for days for the losses of both parents. I was really upset. But at least I didn't hold a grudge as much as you are right now. Oh, with your kids, particularly Sherry, who again has her own YouTube channel. But one thing is for sure, family is always forever, Ruby. We're always tied together by our family's hearts, no matter what happens, no matter where we go or what we do. So remember, folks, if you ever, let's remember this, if you ever suffered child abuse, like how you find it so increasingly hard and pressuring to let go of your kids, even if it is for the sake of their own YouTube channels, which some of you may not have. Just take it one step at a time, and don't let your YouTube channel fade away. And speaking of fading away, now that my mom's gone, my brother Bradley and I are thinking about me moving from here in Owl's Head to somewhere closer to his house at Belfast. Now, it takes about an hour for Bradley to get from his house to my house. But it would take a lot shorter for him to visit if I moved closer. I don't exactly know what day. But it's gonna happen. Mainly because I'm longing for some more space to set up a layout for my old wooden trains that I grew up collecting in my youth back in Brunswick, as you may well remember. From my youth in our 10th Valentine's Day vlog. And to expand my video collection of Thomas videos and some other shows. So yeah. Well, and I know why it's hard to move. I take it especially hard. Even this long after my mom found Brunswick to be too expensive, but that's just the state of the world right now. But that doesn't mean this channel will. I don't know. But that doesn't mean this will be my last video. After all, my time at Owl's Head will end eventually, but my YouTube channel is still gonna live on. And I suggest, And when it comes to your kids, Ruby, I suggest you live you. I suggest that you make your channel live on the same way too, if you find a way. Hey. But anyway, that's all for today, folks. See you. Thanks. Make sure you go like and subscribe to my channel and look out for more YouTube videos in the year 2024. So until next time, dry rails and good running, and stay cool, guys. See you next time.